Welcome back to Just Joking, everybody. It's your host, Isaiah Blue. If you're tuning into this, you grab your popcorn, take an hour off, whatever you have to do, sit down and be ready to be inspired, because I had the pleasure of meeting and becoming friends with a true inspiration. This man has gone from hard drug use, robbing banks, to a successful business. He has turned his life around completely. He spent most of his 20s and 30s behind bars. He spent a year in solitary confinement. He was on the show Hard Times in 2011, which is a documentary-based show for people behind bars. And if you want to know what mental fortitude it takes to turn your life around after experiences like that, well, maybe you'll get a little nugget out of this one, and maybe it'll just inspire you to better your own life. I'm very honored to have this conversation with Aaron. So we're back at the Just Joking podcast here at Blue Couch Studios. I want to give a shout out to Blue Couch Studio for being so kind and letting us record here.
Yes.
This episode's been very exciting. Again, we're here with Aaron, and he is an aspiring comedian, also the owner of Ernie's Speed Shop, which is, again, it's in 3101 West 61st Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. But there's a reason why you're here today.
Yeah.
Because I am beyond curious, and I've made sure not to ask you these things because I want to, get it on this format of sorts. So you let it slip one time that you have robbed a bank.
Yes.
And I want to start, so if you're tuning in just now on bullshit.com radio, this is not bullshit, this is real life, this is realradio.com. Sorry, wrong title. So you robbed the bank.
Yep.
There's a lot of steps, I'd think, before you just rob a bank, right? Like, I've probably stolen from Walmart once or twice, you know what I mean? But when I see a bank, dude, I'm like, that's a fortress, bro. That takes preparation. So tell me, like, at the beginning, like what? I don't know.
Well,
Sorry, I'm not the best at this.
it's a man. Nobody's really asked me to go through it. Well, besides the prosecutor, nobody really asked me to go through what I did before.
Sure.
Dude, it's one of them deals to where I literally legit walked around the place about 10 times before I had the balls to go through the front doors and do it.
Right.
Yeah. And I had a hoodie on and a black afro wig and a hockey mask.
A black afro wig. Good
And a hockey
wig.
mask.
Were there other wigs that you were choosing between, but you picked the black afro?
It was a Halloween thing.
It was?
Yeah. I had it from years and years and years
What
ago.
costume
I don't
did
know
it
where the
come
hell I
from?
got it. I have no idea. I just found it. My ex-wife's shit.
I'd imagine though, like you were at the Halloween store and you were like, I know you weren't premeditating at that point, but you were, like, I got this black afro wig, that'd throw him off. Oh, I have this rainbow wig. That'd probably be front lines.
Well, neither one are going to look like a big bald white guy. So
True.
you know what? They're good
True.
picks.
That's actually a good point. You throw any hair and no one's just going to assume he's probably bald.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's already a good start. Okay, so you got the wig. You got the
Got the wig. I had I used to sell meat door to door, and I had a big atlas in my car. So I ripped a page out and wrote on there, "Give me all the money, or I'm gonna put a bullet in your head." Blah blah blah. Went in, robbed a bank with a note, and yeah, that's it, man. Went in, hit the one teller, filled up a bag, went down the line, and took off. Got in a van. I parked about 2 blocks away. Took off. Small town in Napoleon, Ohio.
What, when you take off, are you driving fast or are you just like, this is normal?
No, I was just trying to
Get back into
because
the
my
traffic.
adrenaline's gone. I'm shaking. Just committed a major felony most people get shot for.
Yeah.
And so I take off and I'm cruising down the road trying to get back to the house. And up in front of me, about a quarter mile up, is a cop on the side of the road facing me as I'm driving towards him. So now I'm just really starting to get nervous. I'm like, well, shit.
Are you taking stuff off yet?
Yes. Oh, yeah, it's all off. So I'm cruising down the road, and he had just pulled somebody over, and he was finishing up some paperwork. So I passed him, blew on by him, and took off. So
Yeah.
I made it.
That's a sigh of relief, dude.
Yes. Yeah. I got away, completely got away. 2 days later, FBI had about 10 shotguns drawn on my head and woke me up that way.
No shit.
Yeah, that's how I got caught.
okay, let's walk backwards for a second. I know we jumped right into it, but we will freaking this is the center, and we will work the whole sphere of this whole ordeal that is just the experiences in this life you have.
Yeah.
How long are you in the bank? Longer than the set you did on the Liberty Pen.
Oh, it was my yeah.
45 seconds on stage, 4 minutes in a bank, motherfucker.
Oh, it wasn't 4 minutes. It was probably it was less than a minute.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Did they just take money out of the drawer?
Yeah, they just put in. I hit like 3 tellers and
Okay.
yeah. I mean, it wasn't much money.
Okay, how much do you think it was?
It was $5,000.
$5,000?
It was shit.
Are you okay, gotcha. You got $5,000. You're back in your van. You're just trying to get back in the traffic. I'm a regular dude. Just chilling now. Obviously, you're not chilling. The adrenaline's pumping. When you realized it was $5,000, were you driving and you counted it, or did you count it when you got home?
It's funny you bring that up.
Right.
I had a hoodie on.
Okay.
And I got all this cash. I had a bag, but something happened to the bag. I don't remember. I ended up stuffing most of the cash in the pocket in the hoodie. And it was all like 20s, 10s. It wasn't a lot of big denominations. It was a lot of fucking cash.
Yeah.
And so I take off running and leaving a trail of cash behind me
Oh,
from the bank
no,
to the van.
dude.
So I mean, there's probably a lot more than that. But
Yeah.
A little over $5,000 is what I ended up counting when I got done.
Okay.
But yeah, I lost a little bit. But
You counted it when you got home?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet the drive home, honestly, if I'm in that moment, I'm probably like edging myself on like, I can't wait to count. Like I want to wait. I want to hold off and like just visualize how much it could be, but I can't wait to
I
count.
was waiting for dye packs to go off in my hoodie.
No shit, dude. No shit.
You know the dye packs they
Yeah,
put in? Yeah,
absolutely.
I was waiting for that, but it was just a small bank, so I mean, I don't know if they had them or not.
Yeah. This was where?
Napoleon, Ohio,
this
home
where
of
you-
Campbell Soup.
Home of Campbell soup.
Yes.
Oh, I bet Campbell himself was pissed.
A lot of fucking soup in Ohio.
He's like, that's my money, dude. Campbell probably put the hit out for you. Campbell himself, dude. It was like, you can't be messing with my soup, dog. Not my tomato.
Yeah.
Okay, that's crazy. So $5,000. Are you disappointed at that point?
No, not really.
No.
No, I was pretty fucked up back then, man.
Okay, now I want to ask you this: what led you there? We can
What
start
led me
wherever we
there?
need to. What in the moment makes you think, I want to rob this bank?
That's real fucking complicated.
Okay, that's fine.
We're going to have to back way up.
Let's back up, dude.
All right. Yeah.
Let's back
Grew
up.
up on a hay farm in Indiana.
Gotcha.
Had a great childhood, man. None of my problems in my lifetime stem from the type of childhood I had. I had a childhood most people fucking kill for.
Absolutely.
Grandparents owned a business. They had a lake cottage. Had a huge family. I mean, we grew up with our cousins.
Yeah, that's cool.
At the lake. We didn't grow up with, a lot of, the family was our friends.
Absolutely.
Growing up. So we grew up great, man. None of us knew what we had till it was gone. One of them type of deals.
Yeah.
And, I got, I was kind of about 13 or 14. I guess when the testosterone started hitting is when I really started getting out in left field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start drawing you out. Do the dark arts, they call it. As Theo Vaughn would call it. Testosterone, the dark arts, dude. Telling you.
Well,
I knew a buddy who would inject that right into his ass. I really did. He was my roommate.
inject what?
All types of testosterone, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah, and he was like, I'm not gonna call him out or nothing, but he was like 5 years older than me, and he was just real big into like lifting and like not fighting street fights, but amateur fighting, like jujitsu and stuff. If he's watching this, he now knows exactly who he is, right? He's been singled out. Family will probably know too. But I'd come home and sorry to interrupt you, but
You're fine.
I had a vision. I come home, walked through my entrance to my house, kitchen to the right, his bathroom door to the left, right? And his door would be open. He'd just be up, like underwear pulled up, just injecting like a little circle in his ass, dude. It's crazy. He asked me to do it one time. I was like, no, I'm good. I think, you know what? I may just pass on that one.
Be careful of that shit.
Yeah, no kidding. But yeah, testosterone, dude. I know a little bit about it. I know something about it.
Yeah.
So start taking you left field, 13, 14.
13, 14, man. Once I started turning into a young man, that's when my attitude got real bad.
enough.
Nobody could tell me shit.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom, dad, nobody couldn't tell me shit, man. And I was plagued with ear infections at a young age.
Oh, dude, I'll do it.
And at 16 years old, mom took me to the hospital. I was crying. Just both ears were infected. They were swelled shut. I used to get them so bad. And so I'm in horrible pain. We go to the hospital. I got 4 other brothers and sisters. They're all at home. This is some weeknight, 6, 7 o'clock. Nobody's eaten yet. Go to the hospital. Nurse gives me 2 Darvocets. I eat them at the hospital. She gives me antibiotics. We head home. We hit Pizza Hut on the way home because the kids haven't eaten yet. Nobody's eaten.
Yeah.
So I'm bawling when my mom goes in to get the pizza. When she comes out, I'm laughing. The Darvocets kicked.
Oh, that kicked in. Yeah.
Yeah. That night, I tore that kitchen apart looking for that fucking bottle.
Really?
Yeah. I
Instantly.
remember the first time I took a painkiller, I was hooked.
I was wondering why you knew the name instantly.
Oh, instantly. Dude.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
crazy. I mean, I think some people are wired different, and I
sure.
think that it affects some people. I think a lot of it is in your nature, but I think also a lot of people respond to that kind of stuff differently and chase it. I don't know what it is, but I was one of them.
So, question then: was this have you drank or smoked at all before this? Was this like your first time kind of experiencing a high?
What, the painkiller?
Yes.
I mean, I think I drank a little bit, but not a lot. But I mean, yeah, that was the first time
There's
I've
some
dealt
there's
with
something
addiction.
about that though. The first time you experience a high of any kind, it kind of like it sets you apart because your whole life as a kid growing up, you've been sober. You had one mindset, you know, and you had to do shit to get out of it or deal with it. But then you experience a high, it just flips a switch. You're like opens a door.
Well, what it also did is, and I haven't mentioned this yet. To this day, I wake up with anxiety. I have it all day. I go to sleep with it. I literally have to eat 200 milligrams of THC at night just to go to sleep.
God, dude.
And I wake up with it, but the only thing that gets rid of that shit is fucking painkillers. Just gone.
It just numbs it.
It numbs it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no anxiety. So, I mean, it was that, but if you take painkillers 5 days in a row, that's how long it takes to get addicted.
Yeah.
That's it. So it doesn't take a lot.
Okay, so you're rummaging through the kitchen. You're looking for the bottle.
Looking for the bottle, never find it. But that was
the beginning.
That was beginning, and that's when I knew that I had to get more painkillers.
Yeah,
So
right,
that
right,
was,
right,
that's how it started, man.
Okay,
and I mean, eventually you're just not thinking right because you're not yourself. I mean, you're not getting high anymore. You're just getting your head right, so you're not sick.
Yeah.
And
as someone who deals with like slight addictions, small addictions that I think are the worst in the world, like nicotine, and for a while, weed I thought was an addiction. I just was around the wrong people. There is a jonesing part mentally that does put you elsewhere. Like a jonesing for something, you are not yourself, dude.
No,
like
hell
nothing
no.
in the world. I know this is not comparable to painkillers whatsoever. I'll never touch them just because of life experience and what I've learned from my own family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a jonesing though, just nicotine itself. Like the other night, I had like one left and I was freaking out. Like one more pouch. I was like, oh God, dude, I gotta get a pouch for anything. Like I need to go to bed, but I gotta get a pouch first. Like it will fuck you up, and I can imagine something like that's way worse.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're diving into that world now. When's like the next event that stands out after your 16-year-old ear infection?
Oh my God. Good question, man. I mean, I robbed a liquor store at 21 years old. So there was about 4 or 5 years there.
What kind of crowd were you running with post high school? Like once you graduated high school?
Older people older than me, because I dropped out of high school sophomore year.
Sophomore year?
Yeah, I was working in an auto repair shop and was pretty decent at it. And I was hanging around with the mechanics that worked there, and they were some shady guys. And of course, that's who I went to get everything I wanted to get as far as painkillers. And that's where I was introduced to other stuff as well.
Got you.
Cocaine being one of them.
Yeah. That Colombian powder, dude.
Yeah, that Colombian Bam Bam's a real bitch.
It is, dude.
Dude.
Yeah. This is the wrong time to do this, and I'll do another intro later. But I do want to say, just because you mentioned mechanics, this is definitely the wrong time because we're talking about some deep shit here. But you are the owner of Ernie's Speed Shop or Ernie's Garage on Apple Maps.
Yes.
And that is located at 3101 West 61st Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74132.
Correct.
Yeah, he's great business, dude. He's taking care of me very well. He's busy too. So just know that. But he got my oil change, fixed my brakes. Real freaking homie for that, and I appreciate you on that, seriously.
You bet.
But okay, so you're 21, liquor store, hanging out with older people. So you already have influences outside of high school. Because leaving high school was big for me. When I got out of high school, the crowd I ran with was no longer the same. I got to kind of pick and choose. I didn't just go to a class and have the people around me. You know what I mean? I got to like decide who I wanted to actually hang out with.
Yeah.
So you're with the older folks, and they're obviously aiding in things that are not good for you. They're helping you in situations that are very bad for you, drug wise, probably influence wise. So you rob this liquor store. Walk me through this.
That was a bad one. The liquor store was real bad. I was 20, 21, just all mixed up.
Okay.
There wasn't a drug I wouldn't do just to get out of my own head.
Right.
Anything on the
it's
table.
anxiety riddles.
Yeah, I wouldn't give a
Gotcha.
shit. I mean, anything you put on the table, I would do. Just try it.
Yeah.
And, I got sick and tired of just living like that. I knew it was better. I was raised way better than that. I mean,
100%.
way better.
100%.
I mean, I come from a successful family, and I knew better. But I just got to the point to where I couldn't handle fucking life in general.
Yeah.
Went in, had a little fake BB gun that looked like a pistol, and went in and told the guy to open up the register and load it up. He opened the register. I took all the cash out of the bag, directed him into the beer cooler, and
Direct him to the beer cooler.
pistol whipped him.
Okay.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, with the BB gun?
Yeah, grabbed it like a hammer. And,
Yeah. Did you take the beer too?
nope.
Damn, I thought that was where I was going. I was like, 3 packs of Ultras and walk into my car. Motherfucker,
Yeah.
please. I'd say please too, probably.
What adds to this is the fact that the liquor store was in the same town that my grandparents' business is in, and my grandparents have roots in that town. My grandfather was the president of the bank in that town. Everybody knew my family from that town. Very small town.
Absolutely.
And that was also the second part of the bad that came with that.
Absolutely.
Was dragging my family through the mud.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do that. Just because I'm curious, how much? $25, $125?
Oh, it's insignificant. Not even enough to mention.
Not even enough to mention. Got you. I'm not keeping tallies here. I'm just wondering because like
Couple hundred.
couple hundred. Gotcha. Was there a reason? Was there a reason beyond the drugs? Like, were you looking at getting something besides drugs, or did you owe anybody something, or were there people like, hey, this is a good idea, or
No, I wanted to go to prison.
you had decided already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to go to prison. I wanted to figure shit out, and I wanted to get out and turn shit around, man. I just could not shake drug addiction.
Yeah. Okay.
Couldn't do it.
Got you.
I'd do whatever the fuck it took.
Is that a common thing? Some people because people understand they're struggling, so they take that step of like, I need to be put away. So
Man, I don't think I'm a really self-aware person, and I don't think a lot of people think like that.
yeah,
if
I
that
don't
makes
think so
sense.
either.
And yeah,
I mean, I mean, I don't want to, say kudos to Robin's a place, but the asking for help type thing, in a sense, rather than just asking and being like, I have this problem. It's like, I know if I went here, I wouldn't be able to touch drugs again.
yeah.
So, I mean, that is
I mean, it
something-
probably would have been better to go to a therapist, but
yeah, but a therapist isn't going to put you, a fucking 100 yards away from any real people that can give you drugs,
Right.
They'll just help you walk through it, I guess, mentally.
right.
Yeah.
So I get
So you want some you're looking for change, really.
yeah, exactly.
No, I seem like a therapist. Hold on.
No,
You're looking for
that's
change.
what it was. I was looking for some change, man.
So, if you could tell me your mood on smiley face, straight face, and frowny face.
Yeah, they all fucking pissed me off.
All right, frowny face it is.
The brown frown.
So your first visit to jail, prison. Was it prison first?
No, they took me to Wells County Jail.
Okay.
And booked me in. I went to court. It was such a bad crime in such a small county and town that none of the lawyers in that county would represent me. So my mom hired an attorney in Fort Wayne, and me and him really didn't see eye to eye. I was wanting to get out. He was wanting me to get a good plea bargain.
Gotcha.
Because the evidence was just insurmountable. I'm 21
Right.
now. I'm in jail and I don't want to stay there.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get out.
This is not the right move. Therapy would have been better.
Yeah, therapy way
A
better.
vacation,
Way
family,
better.
please. Just
Something.
1 week away. Just send me somewhere for a week.
Well, they send up this public. I ended up firing that lawyer, and they send a public defender up from Indianapolis.
Okay.
And dude's really, he dressed like he got his suit at Goodwill, so I was a little nervous.
Right.
But super cool guy. You could tell he was single. He had a beard, and he wasn't kept up. It looked like he probably didn't have a comb.
Right. I saw you with your beard comb, dude.
Right. Hey, you got to comb the beard.
I can't
man.
wait for that day, dude, when I'm just at Walgreens
Yeah.
browsing through beard combs, dude. That's how I know I'll make it in life. When I'm just sorting, do I want a plastic or do I want a metal beard comb? Because I'm far away from that, dude.
Plastic. You got to go plastic.
Gotta go plastic?
Yeah, then you got to get the correct. I'm trying to grow my mustache so it gets real long with the beard, so I'm not trimming it. So every time I drink something, the water gets in there. It's like a freaking waterfall down my face.
All right, dude.
But yeah, you got to get the gel to sculpt it a little bit, keep it out of your mouth. Yeah, I love the beard though.
That's a good point. Hey, I'm looking for a beard too, dude. I am. Is it true that when you shave your beard, you usually come back with like more chins than you remember? Like the facial structure probably changes. Like how long do you keep your beard? Have you had the beard for like a long time?
Well, since my last set at the Looney Bin a few months ago.
Okay, so you've
This
grown
took
it out.
about 3 months.
Well, that dude behind the camera, he's had that beard for about 7 years, and I haven't seen it change. I think he just
Maybe he trims it.
yeah, I'm sure he trims it, but the beard is now the look. I like it. That's what I'm looking forward to. I hope is that right there, that beard, dude.
That's a fine looking beard, and they have products out there to help the patchy spots too.
Do they? Are they called Sharpies?
Maybe.
Just fucking just pencil it in, dude. Pencil it in. All right, so your first time, your public defendant, he's a great guy, but you obviously got some time. It was 2 years.
I got 10.
You got 10.
Yeah, I got 10. Ended up in Indiana. You do 5 of it, so I ended up serving 5.
Okay.
They got into some trouble at the jail I was in. I got in a lot of fights in there.
All right, let's talk about it.
And there was this one guy from Indianapolis. He was locked up in there. This guy was huge. I mean, he was probably twice the size of me. I'm a big guy.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm 6'3". This dude was probably 7 foot and just every
dang,
bit of
dude.
400 solid
Black
pounds.
too, right?
No, he's a white dude.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, big old white dude with Chrysler. And I don't know what the hell he was in there
less
for.
fun now, but anyways.
Well, he used to run a TV.
Oh, he's a TV man.
He was a TV man. Gotcha. And whatever he wanted to watch, everybody had to watch. So about 9 months in a freaking 4-man block,
yeah,
I turned to TV. So I get up there.
Dude, that's an act of war.
It is, and it was.
Yeah.
So I start flipping it, and next thing you know, I'm on the ground. He come up behind me. This dude's got hands like that.
Oh my God.
Hits me in the back of the head, and I flip around, and I remember hitting something. Well, it turns out it was a hinge on one of the cell doors.
Oh, shit.
Split me wide open in the back of my head. So they haul me off. I'm just full of blood. I mean, head wounds bleed like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So they take me to the hospital, staple me up, all that shit.
And he probably turned the TV back to PBS Kids, probably, whatever he was watching.
I don't know what he was doing, but they put me back in the same block.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, which is good because I wanted some get back.
Oh,
I
fair
got
enough.
some.
No, that's
yeah,
fair.
I got
That's
some.
fair.
Yeah, because the dude used to sleep in. I caught his ass with a sock with a couple bars of soap in it when he was sleeping.
There you go.
Yeah, so yeah, I split his wig wide open down to the white meat.
What was he watching?
He used to watch this Buffy the Vampire
Buffy
Slayer
the
shit.
Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, it was some stupid.
Oh, this is the 90s, ain't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, it was the late 90s.
Oh, then I have no. He wasn't watching anything else. Just Buffy, just reruns of, this is episode 3. I could say it word for word.
All day.
Jesus, I'd go
All
crazy
fucking
too,
day.
bro.
The shit's on the loop.
What were you looking for in that time? Like, what were you, anything?
Something other than Buffy.
Buffy, dude. Hey, no hate to Buffy, dude, but I can't watch I don't even know who Buffy is, and I know I can't watch Buffy the
Well, she
vampire.
kills vampires, man.
Okay, that's pretty sick. Actually. All right, so you got your get back,
Yeah, I got my get back.
and the trouble. What kind of trouble did that get you in?
Nothing. I think he respected me after that.
Okay,
Yeah.
jail wise, any repercussions? Put you
Yeah,
anywhere?
they did a prisoner swap because I had a high profile crime, and the city or the county next to Wells County is Allen County, which is Fort Wayne, which is a big city, and you don't want to go to that jail
Okay,
if you're a big bald white guy.
gotcha.
So they do a prisoner swap, and they take one of their high profile guys, send it to Wells County, sent me to Allen County.
Then
Put
you
me
got
up-
traded, dude.
I got traded.
Holy shit.
And they put me up on K Block with a red wristband. K Block is where all the murderers go.
Oh
it's
my
the
God.
very top, and you got a red wristband, which means you're high profile and you're high risk.
Why the hell did they put you there? Just local
Because
withdrawal?
the crime, small town. The guy
Okay.
that I pistol whipped was a county commissioner's son, and they pretty
Gotcha.
much could do whatever the hell
So
they
they pretty much
wanted
put
to.
you in for as much as you could have got put in, and then just got treated like this was the worst.
Well, before I went, after they pulled, I was at Allen County for probably a good 9 months because I was in county for like 2.5 years before I even went to prison. And I lost probably 60 pounds. Went from 240 down to like 180. I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah.
When I left, I had to hold my pants up.
What kind of food were they feeding you?
They feed you bologna, apple, and like a pat of butter because they have
Pat
to
of
get.
butter?
Well, yeah, they have to give you a certain amount of calories.
Facts.
So they count that pat of butter as a calorie just to push it over, so they can.
This is what county is like, or was
Oh, that's county.
like?
They'll starve you. They starve your
dang,
ass. County's
dude.
horrible. When you get to prison, it's like being free.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a bad mental battle then. To have to be starving in county and go to prison. Like, oh, finally, I've made it.
Yeah, I've made it to the
but
big
it's-
show.
To the big show, dude. Yeah, you're up there like, let's go, dude.
But yeah, once you get to prison, the place I went to was Pendleton. It's level 5. It's maximum security place in Indiana. It was built in the 20s. John Dillinger was there back in the day. There was a little bit of history of the place. It's one of the older places with the bars that slam shut and all that.
Oh, shit.
And you're in the cell by yourself. First night, I remember when them doors slammed shut. It was probably 10, 11 o'clock at night when I finally got back to where I was going to stay in the cell block.
Mm-hmm.
That was very eye-opening when you just sit there with nothing, middle of the night, no light, nothing.
You walk into the maximum security with how much time left on your sentence?
I had, I think, 3 maybe.
3?
Something like that. Yeah.
What is that mentally like? Like, what are some if you remember, like there's got to be some, obviously there's got to be some lows, which sucks.
Well,
but-
yeah, you're already depressed, man, but it's one of them things that you have no choice.
You have no
You
choice.
have to improvise, adapt, overcome it, man.
Absolutely. All right.
There's no other way
You're right.
unless you want to die or unless you want to get institutionalized. That was my whole thing is I
Dang,
wanted to get
there's
better.
only going down from there.
It is. Well, it depends on you because you got 2 different kinds of guys in prison. You got
Mm-hmm.
guys that want to get out, and you got guys that. I mean, prison's a hell of a fucking gig if you ain't got a life.
Right?
Prison's great. If you don't have a life or nobody,
Clip that. Prison's great. No, I'm just joking.
well, I mean, you go
clip that
in there, they feed you 3 times a
shit.
day. You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
live like a king.
Yeah.
The place in Terre Haute, the federal prison, you can get any drug you want.
Okay.
You can get fentanyl. You can get weed. They make moonshine.
So you're telling me you go to prison, you got no bills, you got no taxes.
You got nothing, dude. You
get
live like a
fed.
fucking king.
Wow.
And it's disgusting.
That is,
That's
no
what
shit.
I hate when they glorify prison
Yeah.
because the only people that prison affects, the guys in there, it doesn't affect them. I mean, it does a little bit, but the people that they leave behind,
The families.
are the people that get fucked,
You're right.
and it's disgusting.
So you're there. Your first. That's a good point though. Your first celly. Oh, look at that. I know a little
Well, I
bit.
didn't
of
have
lingo.
one.
You didn't have one?
No, it was all a single cell.
Okay. What are you sleeping on?
A little 2-inch mat.
Well, 2-inch mat.
Yeah, cockroaches. It was old as hell.
Twin size.
Yeah, it was like that wide, probably as wide as this table. Half of it. Yeah.
Cockroaches too.
Oh yeah, you wake up these big old cockroaches. They'd wake you up. They'd crawl across your chest, and the movement would wake you up.
Oh my
chew it
god,
off.
dude! What the hell?
It was disgusting.
Got any magazines? Did you do, like? What are the incentives to like get things there?
Well, they have a TV. You can buy a TV,
Mm-hmm.
but the TV's a couple $100. And eventually, I got a TV.
How do you get a couple $100?
Exactly. These people are milking their families for every penny they got. I was
People in
around
prison?
guys that, I was around guys that was hitting their grandmother up for fucking dope money and taking her goddamn medication money. I
Yeah.
mean, it's sickening.
I have a dude behind. I have a friend that's behind bars, and yeah, I sent him money for a while, not a lot, but I was like, I'll get $10, you know, whatever. But I was like, I can't just continuously. I'm poor. I can't send you money, dude. But that's what I stopped answering his calls because that's what it always
That's
would
all
be.
they want.
Yeah, it's like you got almost hear the breathing of the guy behind him who he owes money to. You know what I'm saying? Just like you better get that fucking 10. You better get that 10, bro.
Get that money on the books, boy.
Yeah, that's some tough shit. Okay, so I know a tiny amount, but I'm sure there are guys there, right? Let's walk the audience through. There's guys there who do leech off of the people who are able to bring money in.
Yeah.
Because once you have money in, there's no way you can hide it. I mean,
Yeah.
you're getting more snacks.
Well, what it is you got these kids coming in. They're young. They're
Yeah.
stupid. They ain't got a dad in the house.
Yep.
They're fucked up. They're confused. They go into prison. They want to fit in. So that's their first goal. How the fuck do I fit in? So they start throwing the little, because most of the young guys that come in, mom feels sorry for them, so they got access to money. These guys know that. They take them under their wing and suck them dry, pump them dry for everything they can get.
Damn.
Oh yeah, it's
Sounds like agents.
disgusting.
Like in the rap world.
Oh yeah, it's like a damn agent, man.
Sounds like those people you don't mention.
Shady motherfuckers.
Yeah. Okay.
But there was one guy I want to talk about this
please.
because this is definitely significant.
Gotcha.
His name was Dave. He was a power lifter, big guy, and they had free weights at Pendleton. So I mean, I could work out. I mean, you're stuck in your cell all day.
Gotcha.
The only way you get out of your cell is if you have a job, if you go to school, or to go to lunch or to go to rec every other day for 2 hours. That's where the weights were. Well, I used to lift with Dave. He was a super cool guy, man.
Yeah.
We were in the same cell house. We buddied up. He was a normal guy. I mean, he wasn't trying to,
Yeah.
hang out in prison and live there. He wanted to get the fuck out and do something with himself.
Absolutely.
So we used to lift a lot. And he had a girlfriend named Erin, same as me. Her nickname was Ernie. So every time when I'm bench pressing, I got really long arms, so my bench press sucks. So he would he spotted me. He would scream at me, "My woman Ernie can lift more than you, you little bitch." And that's why I named my business Ernie's Garage.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So everybody
Wow.
asks me, why did you name it Ernie's? I always tell them it's just a nickname. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
'Cause It's
yeah.
just such a long story, but that's why, man. Because
that's
of Super
amazing.
Dave. Look that dude up. He had hepatitis C, I think, from tattoos in prison. And I think he probably died because he's not on social media nowhere. I know he lives in Tennessee somewhere. I always wanted to snap a picture of the building and send it to him with the sign.
Right, right. We
But
can't find
I don't
him.
know where he's at. I think he may have died, though.
Damn, dude, that sucks.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the first. You met him in the first joint, right? Okay, Ernie's Garage. That's yeah. I was gonna ask you too, because like your name's not Ernie. Like, did you inherit that or okay? That's sick. That's a cool fucking story.
That's the story
dude.
behind Ernie.
That's cool as hell.
Yeah.
So we're back at the Just Joking podcast here at Blue Couch Studios. I want to give a shout out to Blue Couch Studio for being so kind and letting us record here.
Yes.
This episode's been very exciting. Again, we're here with Aaron, and he is an aspiring comedian, also the owner of Ernie's Speed Shop, which is, again, it's in 3101 West 61st Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. A lot of business, great guy. And we're kind of working through his story right now. And right now we got to the point where he is he's still in Pendleton, and this is about mid-20s. So we're going to touch on some key aspects that really stood out to him 20 years later or 15 years later. Let me not disrespect you. 10 years later, however old you are. 40 years later, you know.
I ain't that old, man.
I know, I was fucking around. All right.
Damn.
So, so there's a lot of business in the prisons. You have to, because you have to make money somehow if you want to elevate your living. So, what was some ways that you made your money? What were some ways that you made money while you were there?
I mean, there's different ways you could make money. Obviously, you get a job, but it only pays like 20 cents, I want to say, a day. And you get like 16, 18 bucks a month.
Oh my God!
Yeah, so it's much easier to steal from the kitchen and make moonshine.
Right? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Moonshine. You was a moonshiner.
Yeah.
How'd this work out?
It wasn't that bad. All you needed was a job in the kitchen or know somebody that has a job in the kitchen, and you can make moonshine out. You can make alcohol from anything. The most easy or the easiest way to do it is to you just use ketchup. Take ketchup, put it in a trash bag, and hit it with some sugar and a starter.
That's how I prefer my alcohol.
Yeah.
Ketchup in a trash bag.
Oh, they're better than good toilet wine, man.
Right. Okay. So I'm sorry. Say it again.
Well, what you do is you have to have what's called a starter. So your last batch, you have to have a little bit of the alcohol. You just keep it back. You throw a starter in there to get it going, and takes about a week for it to cook. I mean, you tie the bag off. You just let that stuff ferment, cook, and the bag will swell up. Then you got to open the bag and burp it, close it back up, and that alcohol smell is the risk because the whole place smells like alcohol now when you burp it.
No kidding.
So you got to have cool guards on. You got to know
During the burp. You're gonna have cool
during the
guards.
burp you got to.
Hey, buddy, can you open the window maybe?
Well, see, I wasn't never directly going to get in trouble because I just have other guys hold it for me, pay them a little bit out of the
Oh,
profit.
there you go.
Yeah, so I didn't have shit
Oh,
myself.
so you got into a power position. Like,
I was a kingpin.
You was a kingpin. Yeah, you was kingpin in the moonshine.
But what you do is you wait. I do about 3 or 4 batches at a time, and then you have to shine it off. You take they have ice machines in there, so you'll take and make a stinger. You get some tube.
What's a stinger?
A stinger is a homemade device that you plug into a socket, and it'll heat up any kind of liquid.
Okay, gotcha.
Kind of similar to dropping a toaster in a tub.
Okay, bet.
It'll heat it up. So then you once that starts boiling, all the steam goes through the tube, and then you got the other end of the tube passing underneath a crate packed full of ice, and then on the other end of that tube you tie a little bag, and then the liquid, the steam turns into alcohol when it hits the ice and cools down.
Oh.
And you collect that in a bag, and that's pure alcohol.
Got you.
So then you start filling these up. Each batch, you get about 5 of these, and each one of these is $40.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, you just get 3 of them, you got yourself a whole new TV set.
I'd keep 2 for myself.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
So what's a
Jack
good
and Coke?
Yeah, Jack and Coke for real. What's a good what's a good night when you get some alcohol? What are you doing? Like what? You just want it because you want it, or do you have are you kind of like I've been looking forward to this? Let me sit back, or let me watch some TV, or
Now you don't really sip it. You just pound it and get the head changed because that's what you're looking for.
Gotcha.
That's it. There ain't no other way to escape prison except through your head.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's why a lot of guys, would.
So was it a successful business?
Yeah.
I'm sure that Ernie's
Got me
speed
by.
shop's more successful.
Ernie's
Way
is a little more successful.
But that's where it
yeah.
kind of started. Was that like the first time you delved into like profiting as the guy up top? you know?
No, I owned did my own thing when I was selling meat door to door.
Okay.
Yeah, it was called White Farms.
Was that when you were younger, before Pendleton?
Yeah, it was
okay.
for Pendleton. I was back in
I think you've mentioned
painkiller
about the
days.
meat door to door.
Yeah.
You mind if we dive into that for a second?
Sure.
What kind of because I mean, I've watched The Sopranos. I'm not very cultured, but I've watched Sopranos, and when you're selling meat door to door, who the hell are you selling it for? You know what I mean?
It's all bullshit,
Right.
I mean, you're slinging 20 pounds worth of meat for $150 and trying to explain people are not buying it by the pound. I mean, it's tough.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you buying it for? The quality?
Well, because it sucks.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't ever buy meat off a truck.
No, I didn't think. I wouldn't-
Ever.
no.
Yeah,
How do you keep it like good?
You throw it in the freezer in the back of your truck and slap some dry ice in there and hope it stays cold.
Fair enough, dude.
Yeah, it's
Like,
bad.
I'll take 20. It's like warm meat, soft. Like, you know what? I'm like, nope. You already agreed, sir. You already agreed.
You already wrote the check, sir.
Yeah.
I've caused a few divorces.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was good. I mean, for what?
Good at what? Selling meat or laying meat? Because what kind
Good
of
selling meat.
what are you talking about?
No, I mean, I'd go in, husband's at work, wife answers the door. It's like, you can't beat this. I got 6 of these left in my truck. I'll give them to you right now for $150 a piece. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're getting steaks cheaper than chili dogs.
Okay.
Credit card.
Bam.
Yep.
And then he comes home like, what the fuck is this? Oh, some bald dude with a beard came on by in a truck that sounded like when he was running down the road.
No, but the meat business is horrible. The only thing that good came out of the meat business was it taught me how to talk to people.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's a good, good thing to
that
learn.
makes me very, very good at selling work at the shop, I think.
Absolutely.
That's about the only good thing that came out of it.
Well, there's always a good in everything. So
Yeah.
that's a good
That
thing.
was
to
a
take
silver
from it.
lining.
Yeah, absolutely. What kind of people is it like? Are you running with some weird people? Or you like selling meat for Walmart? I don't like who you
No,
selling?
you would buy it from different companies that would package the shit. I used to get it from a place called SAL in Williamsport, Indiana. And you buy it by the pallet, spend like $3,000, and then you keep it at a cold storage facility. Mm-hmm. And then you just go to cold storage every day and tell them how many of your cases you want, and they load you up and you go out and work.
Okay, got you. Now that we've lost everybody listening because I led the conversation down a fucking shitty route. We're
From
back.
prison to meat selling.
Yeah, I know, right?
Slinging meat.
Everybody's on the edge of their seat, like, oh my God, prison. I'm like, so how about that selling meat?
You know, the other funny thing is I was actually in a band called Meat Slinger.
Really? You were? When was this?
That was back before I went to prison the first time.
Oh, okay. Then you did a lot in your younger days.
Yeah, I did lead vocals, man. Did a lot of Alice in
vocals.
Chains, Pearl Jam, stuff like that.
No shit.
Yeah.
What kind of band was it? Rock?
Yeah. Yeah, we did a lot of grunge, stuff like that.
Okay, so that's where your hair went. Mm-hmm. Instantly.
Yeah.
You start ripping cords in that microphone, your hair just goes. It vanishes. It's like, you don't need me.
Right.
You don't need me at all. I'll move down to the face region. Okay, cool. So Pendleton Moonshine. All right, you get out first time around.
Well, there was also
Okay.
a buddy of mine. His name was Kelly Yurka.
Okay.
Probably shouldn't say his last name, but I don't give a shit because I hate his guts.
I'll bleep it out.
He hit some dude in the back of the cell house. Like when the doors open, dudes like to smack on the walls and rap in the middle of the night in prison. And that causes a lot of fucking
All the white
fights.
dudes doing that, I bet, huh? Obviously not.
Smartasses. But no, this Kelly was bitching. This dude said, "Hey man, when these doors break at 5 o'clock, hit the back of the cell house." Dude's like, "Okay." So when
And his raps must have sucked ass.
Huh?
That dude didn't make it. His raps must have been awful.
Oh,
if
no,
you want to
just
fight him
doing
over
that
rap,
shit at 3 a.m.
No,
people
I
trying
get
to
you.
sleep.
No, I get
so he goes back there, and when a white guy fights a black guy in prison, white guy better have somebody watching his back because they usually get jumped on.
Yeah.
So he's in the back. There's no cameras back there. Kelly was a gypsy. He come from a long line of gypsies, Romanian. And this guy could box. You
like
ever
Tyson
seen?
Fury.
No, more like Brad Pitt and frickin' that. What's that? Snatch. You ever seen Snatch?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God, dude, watch Snatch. And
Okay.
he's about gypsies and fighting. Anyway, Kelly breaks this dude's jaw. And if you break somebody's jaw in prison, you get an outside case.
Oh,
And
damn. They come investigate.
there's no cameras. I'm the only witness. And so they wanted me to flip on him. And so they could charge him. And I told him, fuck you. I ain't going to rat on somebody get killed.
Yeah.
So they load me and him
Do they
up.
not understand that at all?
No, they don't give a shit.
They don't care that there are different rules behind bars.
don't
Like
care.
you can't rat on
Dude,
somebody.
you could get killed and they wouldn't give a shit.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, they sent me and him to a place called MCC. It's called Maximum Control Complex. It's up in near South Bend, Indiana, in Westville, and it's a lockdown facility. And they haul us in there. And when you first get in there, they shackle you like this, or they cuff you like this with belly chains, and they put leg irons on you, and they hook a lead rope to your cuffs under your chain on your feet and walk behind you and hold it.
Damn.
So if you piss them off, they pull your feet out from underneath you and break your nose.
God dang.
That's why my nose is crooked.
Really? That right there? How many
Yeah.
times they pull that fucking chain?
A couple times.
Did you ever just get back up talking shit and they're like, fuck?
No, that nose hurt.
I bet it fucking did. God damn.
But what it was, the lockdown facility, they booked us
It's
in.
a far fall, too.
Huh?
It's a far fall.
Oh, yeah. 6
No
foot fucking
hands?
3, dude. You ain't got
Jesus.
no hands.
Yeah.
You can turn your head sideways or you can take it on the nose.
Damn, all right.
But they put us in there, and it's a lockdown facility. They didn't tell me why I was there. They didn't tell me how long I was going to be there. And you are legit in your cell 24/7. They let you out into the little room with a payphone to make a phone call.
This
once
is
a day.
solitary, right?
Yeah, solitary. You got
Okay.
shit, dude. I used to pace a lot.
So you're in solitary confinement now. You have no idea how long you're going to be there.
No idea. You got a counselor that comes to opens this little hatch on your door once a month
Once a
and
month.
shakes his head or says, "Yeah, you're getting out."
Okay.
And so he did that for 12 months. I
Holy
was in
shit.
solitary confinement for a year.
11 no's and 1.
Yeah. To the day I was in solitary for a year. I used to have to turn. I used to pace and do push-ups. I used
He
to
wouldn't
have
even crack a joke when he would slide it open. He would be like,
no,
knock, knock.
No,
You're not
they're
leaving.
trained to be pieces of shit.
That's fucking shitty.
I used to pace.
Gotcha.
And you have to turn 551 times to hit a mile. I used to do 10 miles a day pacing a cell and doing nothing but push-ups.
Holy fuck.
I did so many push-ups. When I started lifting weights, when I got out, my chest was so big that it pulled my shoulders forward.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have back muscle.
Yeah.
And when I started lifting, I used to get inflammation real bad, like horrible inflammation. Anyway, long story
got
short, about I would say 8 months into it, the hallucinations start, and you start hallucinating. I used to have reoccurring nightmares. I'd be laying on my bunk, and over in the corner of the cell, a sphere would come up. And this is all like somewhere in between sleep and awake, dude. I mean, I was
Yeah.
straight hallucinating.
No doubt.
But it was the most terrifying experience of my life. And I would get up and run to the other corner of the cell and just hunker down. And I did this like every night for probably 4 months before they finally let me out.
God.
And I got out from that experience with 3 months left on my sentence. So I pretty much went from solitary for a year to getting out.
Pretty
So
much,
it was quite a
Well, it's like
shock.
Okay, so we're there in solitary, dude. Like, just if you can remember some, like, what are some thoughts you're having? I know they're all going to be bad, but like, what is just some thoughts, if you remember any that were just like,
I grew up on a farm, and there was this real narrow window that you could just barely see out of, and there was a field. And I remember just watching tractors all day, and that kind of kept me
right, kind of grounds you a little bit.
around a little bit, made you think of the old times. But then eventually, I got a little radio.
Yeah?
You could buy a radio, so I got a radio, and there was this country music station in Chicago I'd listen to
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Hell yeah,
and
dude.
Used to write letters to request songs and shit, just
that's
see how
sick.
long it took them to get the letter to put it on
Yeah.
just little shit like that to keep me occupied.
Yeah, this is for Aaron and fucking wherever it was.
Oh, I told him too. I said, yeah, I'm an MCC locked down.
Please. Something, please.
Yeah, something. But yeah, that was when I got out. I remember my mom picked me up. First meal was Cracker Barrel, biscuits and gravy. I ate maybe half of it and went to the bathroom and just lost it. Night terrors continued after I had gotten out.
Okay.
And so that went on for quite a while. I would just wake up just screaming bloody murder. And that eventually went away. But yeah, you don't treat a fucking animal like that, man.
Yeah, no
Let alone
shit.
a human fucking being.
No kidding, though.
And they didn't tell me what I was in there for, just because I wouldn't snitch on somebody.
That's fucked. That's beyond fucked up.
That's fucked.
Yeah, no shit.
State of DOC, Indiana, for you right there.
God dang, bro. Jesus. Who's from Indiana? Nobody. Fuck nobody. Fuck Indiana, dude. All right. Well, so you have no stimulus. You're in there. You get out. Is it like an overwhelming amount when you're just seeing anything? You're like, holy shit! Look at there's a color over there. That's a color. I remember colors. Colors were cool. Look at that green.
It was different. My first job was bouncing at a strip club.
Okay.
Yeah, had to be around some females.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, it didn't last long, though.
I bet it did. I bet it didn't. So you're locked up. There's no females, dude. Testosterone's through your body. Your shoulders are arched. Your chest is pumped. You're inflamed all through your arms. Your asshole hurts from eating Cracker Barrel because your stomach ain't used to it. And then there's women. How about that? How about adding a woman to the picture, dude?
Yeah.
What did that do for you?
Oh man, whole nother level of anxiety.
Could you even, yeah, right?
yeah.
Could you even muster words to him for a while?
Well, no, because my sister worked with this chick that started writing me in Pendleton, and she ended up being my first wife.
Okay.
Yeah, so there wasn't really a whole lot.
Your first wife, as in there's another one?
Yeah, Jamie's my
Okay.
second wife.
I was just wondering on
Yeah,
that one.
yeah.
So, okay.
Jamie's my forever
We'll
wife.
get into that one for sure. I promise on that. So you met your first wife in prison. I'm wondering though, when you read those letters, are you like, here's how I do it, right? So I'm reading the letter from my brother. I'm like, hey Isaiah, you doing all right? Blah, 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 blah. I'm reading a letter from a woman. Hey Isaiah, are you doing a voice, dude? Are you doing a woman's voice in your head? That's what I'm trying to get at right now.
Yeah,
Are you doing a, yeah.
Yeah, I am.
You have to.
you have to.
You fucking have to.
Well, if you don't, it's kind of gay, man.
I know it is kind of gay. Hey Isaiah, how you doing? By the way, actually, this is a question I got. Would she like draw you shit? Would she like draw you like some tits? Like here's some tits for you, Aaron. I hope these look nice.
No. We never.
No?
Not any illustrated boobs.
Like a little sexton, like illustrated sexton, like a little stick figure with just some big old boobs. Like these are waiting for you.
Maybe a little.
You know what I'd do? I'd get the piece of paper and I'd just fucking put it under my dick and draw an outline.
Oh boy.
I'd draw an outline and I'd be like waiting for you too.
Well, I didn't want to scare her off. Man.
God dang, you're just like, all right. Or no.
I'm a grower, not a shower.
Yeah, I ran out of ink, officer.
Oh my God, my mom's gonna listen to this.
I'm sorry. That was me that said that. That was me that said that. I'm just wondering how, because like, you know, sexting and whatnot, and just, you know, like anything. I feel like if a woman said anything, like my ankle was hurt today. I'm like, oh my God. Like I'm a year in solitary, bro. Your ankle was, I bet it's hot.
Oh man.
You have a hot ankle.
Yeah, it that turned me into a big time introvert, I think.
No doubt, bro.
Yeah, big time.
I mean, that really fucking sucks because, I mean, your early life, you had your riddle of anxiety, and then you're there because you're trying to escape it, right? I mean, I'm not no therapist. I don't know really much about nothing, but like it seems like that is pretty much the path you went down, was it just escapism, which is what everybody does. I mean, phones is the biggest
Oh yeah.
escape version of
Fucking
everybody.
pacifier on the planet.
Yeah, it's the worst, really. So then you're thrown and you're like being forced now beyond your control to face your demons, and then they start hallucinating in the sense that's just fucked up.
Well, that's what that, and you know what? In a sense, the plan, it worked because
Yeah.
when you're locked up, dude, you can't run away from yourself. You have to deal with shit. You have to.
Right.
There ain't nowhere to go.
Absolutely.
There's no fucking distractions.
Absolutely,
None.
dude. It's fucking crazy. That's a whole different world, dude.
Yeah.
100%. All right, so you get out. You met your first wife via letters. Had no idea what she looked. The craziest version of a blind date ever.
Oh yeah.
Right. So you meet her. How's that? First wife. We'll just dive in that for half a second, just because I'm curious.
Got out, and I can remember the conception of my son.
There you go. We're not getting into detail. Patreon if you want the details on that.
Yeah, but had 2 kids with her, little Aaron and Connor, and
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
don't regret that at all. We just didn't click.
Gotcha.
It was kind of a thing where we didn't really date. We wrote letters,
Yeah.
didn't know shit about each other, got out and said, "Hey, you want to shack up?"
Yeah.
And it
You're like,
didn't
man,
work
your
out."
tits are so much bigger than this drawing you sent me. You really underdid yourself. Okay, so you get out. You went back though, correct? After the
Prison?
bank. Yeah, went back, didn't you, or no?
To prison?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I went round 2.
So how long until round 2?
Round 2 was 85% of 10 was it was like 6.5.
Okay, and how long in between? You get out the first time.
I got out March 26, 2002, and robbed the bank in November 8th, 2008.
Wow, 6 fucking years.
Yeah. And that 6 years was when Purdue Farm decided to send out the new painkiller Oxycontin that was not addictive. And I love that shit more than I love my family.
That's what it was. Huh? How long were you clean and outside of it? Like how long was everything kind of green on the pastures?
I don't know, 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Gotcha.
like that,
Gotcha.
month. It wasn't
You're like, I'm out now. Fuck it.
It wasn't long.
Okay, so all right. So now you're back you're on the oxys. What'd you do in those 6 years? What jobs were you running? Like what?
I was selling meat.
Back to the meat sales.
Yeah, back
You
in
went
meat
back,
sales.
dude.
Yeah.
You went back. Any crazy stories with that you'd like to share?
No, not really. I mean, It was pretty. It got us by.
Okay.
You know, but the kind of people you rub elbows in with that business is not.
I mean, it's one of those businesses.
It is. A lot of mafia is involved in it in different states because it's a cash deal. It's a cash business.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of shady people in it. A lot, and that was part of my problem was the people I was running with.
Absolutely.
That was a big part of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of got to the point in my life in '08 where it was just end of my rope, done, sick and tired of having to wake up and snort 80 milligram Oxycontin or be sick, and went and knocked off a bank.
Knocked off a bang, and then you're back. And you're there for 6.5.
Yeah, I did. They first when I got arrested, I went to a place called CCNO. It's a 4-county jail cooperative in northeastern or northwestern Ohio. And from there, I went to Milan Federal. No, from there I went to Toledo, Ohio, to face the federal charges. And once they found me guilty there, then I went to a federal detention center, and then took a. From there, I went to. I had to do 6 months in the state of Ohio for an unrelated misdemeanor charge, and I went to a place called CCN. No, it wasn't CCNO. It was a reception center for the Department of Corrections in Ohio in a place called Orient, and that's when I was on National Geographic.
You're on National Geographic?
Yeah, it's a show like it's called Hard Time. It's kind of like Lockup Raw. It's about prisoners and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Just done a couple of years. In
So
the
you was there
county.
for 6 months. You say you was there only for like 6 months.
6 months, yeah.
And you had that break of getting on that TV show. I
Yeah,
call it a break because obviously you know why.
Oh yeah, it was huge. Got off the bus. There was this. I mean, she was a good-looking woman. Been locked up forever. She said, "You want to be on TV?" I wasn't going to tell her no.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she followed me around for a couple months with a film crew.
And okay, and I mean, you can share it, but this is actually the way that you met your second wife was through this TV show, and that was how did that happen?
Well, I didn't tell anybody I was going to be on TV.
Right.
So it was a surprise to my family, complete surprise. And then Jamie, my wife, she was watching TV one night, saw the episode. According to her, she goes, "He doesn't look like he belongs there."
Yeah.
So she reached out to me, and
Dang, dude.
rest is history, bro. She used to drive 700 miles to come see me.
Hell yeah, bro. 700 miles for 3 minutes. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right. All right. Now, I know a few things about this one. So you had a job. I'm sure you had many jobs. You're there 6.5. But you had a job where you had to take care of this guy in a wheelchair.
Oh, God.
Talk to me about this freaking asshole, dude.
That was in Orion, Ohio when I was on the TV show.
It was it?
Yeah,
So
this-
on the TV show, you're pushing this guy around?
No, it wasn't on camera.
Okay, dang.
It was bad.
I wanted
This
to see
little
his
guy
face.
was a little dude. He was had a birth defect or something.
Okay.
And he was a racist motherfucker.
That's why it's bad. See, I wasn't saying he was bad because he was in a wheelchair, was I? No,
Oh,
he's racist.
Yeah, my job, I got paid $15 a month to push this little motherfucker around.
Gotcha.
And he was a mouthy little asshole.
Yeah.
And it was cracker, honky, which don't bother. I don't give a shit about.
Is he a
that.
white dude?
No, he's black, little black dude.
Oh, he was a racist black dude.
Yeah. So he's in a wheelchair. My job's to push this little cocksucker around. So they're doing construction in the prison. And they had this one area roped off because it was like a medium or minimum. It wasn't a maximum security.
So you're pushing this black dude around there. You say there's
Push him around. There's a rainstorm. He's
Rainstorm.
mouthing off. I'm at the end of my rope.
All right, hold on. Let's set this up right so everybody understands. So you're pushing this little dude around. He's a racist. All right. There's a construction site and it's raining.
In the prison.
And it's raining. Okay.
And there's a big fucking hole.
Gotcha.
And the hole's right at the end of a sidewalk.
Yeah.
So instead of going left to go to the cell house, I bust a right. And he's mouthing off, "Where the fuck are we going?" And I went up the edge of that, and I just
threw him in
sucker
there.
right down the hole.
Right into the fucking hole, dude.
And then I walked over to where the other hole is, where they were going to put me in for doing that, and knocked on the door and waited on. And told them what I did. I said, "You're going to find out anyway. Let's just get the ball on the road."
Let's just get it rolling, dude. Dang. So he was down there squirming around in the water for a minute?
Yeah, he did. He lived though. I mean,
Okay,
I saw him
yeah,
about
yeah.
a week later.
Yeah, he was good, but I bet he didn't fucking talk shit no more. How do you talk shit when like the power's in someone else's hands, literally? I don't know how it's
Well,
even possible.
apparently he's short and stupid.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Apparently,
And I think he can swim because there was like 4 feet of water in the bottom of that thing.
okay, hey, that defies all odds. Anyways,
Apparently he floats.
apparently so. Okay, that's sick. Yeah, fuck that dude. Okay, so you threw him in the hole. What any more memorable moments from that stay? You met your second wife, which is sick as hell. I find it interesting that both your wives you met via in prison, but I guess you did spend quite some time there.
Yeah,
So that's cool.
I've been there a lot.
What's the gay population like in prison?
The gay
I feel like
population?
Theo Vaughn would ask this question.
Man,
so-
I don't think that guys view it as being gay.
Oh,
They call it gay for the stay.
gay's in the name.
It is. And
I'd put that out first off. Like if your argument is not gay, well then change gay for the stay.
yeah,
Okay, so that's just
trying to justify it.
yeah, right.
Masturbation's a sensible solution in
Yeah,
that
it
case.
is, dude. It is. unless of course you're watching gay acts, and that's just really weird.
No, there's all walks in there. You know, some people don't give a fuck. I mean, it's
True.
not my cup of fucking tea, man. You know
Yeah,
what
yeah.
though? Let your freak flag fly. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, dude. The only thing gay about me is this coffee I'm drinking. Fucking all hazelnut. baby.
Hazelnut.
All hazelnut. Let's go. My buddy, he's in prison. He was in maximum for like a couple months just because he kept on getting in fights. But he's in medium now, I think, or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
Somewhere in Oklahoma. And Great Plains, I think, if that's a thing. Unless you said that earlier. Not Great Plains. Actually, something correctional. I think it is Great Plains. Yeah. I always hear that when I open the phone up. But when he got moved to a new block, he got moved with a bunch of older people. And like he said, the first day there, he was just sitting in a cell and some dude walked up and was like, hey, some buddies of mine were asking if you were gay. Like they were just wondering. That's why it was on my brain. And I don't know what he said. That's all I gotta say. I don't know what his answer was. It could have been anything with that dude.
No, the second time I went, Terre Haute wasn't bad. I mean, I say it wasn't bad. It was different. It was completely different from Pendleton.
Gotcha.
It was
Aren't prisons mostly privately owned?
not the ones I went to. A lot of them are. A lot of them are, and no, but the ones I were DOC running BOP, which is Bureau of Prisons. That's federal.
So they kind of all had the same guidelines.
Pretty much. I mean, you know.
So what's different about this one? Sorry.
Well, it was you had a celly, and it was clean. It was newer. It wasn't.
It wasn't built in the 20s like the other
And
one.
but it was way more violent.
Really?
Oh fuck,
Dude.
dude!
What?
So violent. It was horrible.
Okay.
My job, I kind of stayed under the radar though. My job, I worked in the kitchen. I made meal trays for death row, and
Damn, you made meal trays for death row?
Yeah, yeah, that was my job. Had to do it, but it was cool working.
Did you put some love into it at least?
Huh?
Did you put some love into it at least? Did you ever really even think about it? Like, this is, make sure this is
I
good.
mean, they're on death row, man. They fucked up.
That's a good point.
Everybody says a lot of people on death row are innocent, but I mean,
Well, not a lot. I think maybe a couple. That
maybe
like
a couple,
made big,
but it
massive-
wasn't enough for me to stuff a bunch of T-bone steaks in there for the poor
Yeah, no
fellas.
shit,
I mean,
right?
you don't go on death row for.
No, dude. Did you even season the steaks?
No, they didn't get steaks.
I didn't think so,
They
dude.
got fucking nasty, rotten turkey and rice.
Oh, what the hell?
Oh, they bean and rice you.
Did
to
you
death.
not get what you asked for on death row? Or is that just like a rumor?
Oh, I think they give you something good before they kill you.
That's what I'm wondering. Yeah.
Yeah, you get that.
Okay, I
but-
thought you were making their last meal, like their last supper. Like
No,
that's
no,
religious,
fuck
dude.
No,
That's a religious
You can
act.
order out for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, you
yeah,
can do
this
like
is just-
Wingstop and some shit like that.
Yeah, if you want.
Dude, if I had my last meal, bro, I'm ordering Angelina Jolie.
Yeah?
I know what I'm saying. Sorry, Mama. I know you're watching this right now.
Love you, Jamie.
All right. So you'd make meals for that. Okay. And you stayed under the radar. What kind of violence were you running into? I'm not saying you were involved, but like what were you seeing, hearing, smelling, walking in?
My 2 guys died for each sleeve I have.
No fuck.
1 guy died per sleeve.
Wow.
One guy, because my celly was a tattoo guy.
Okay.
And so he had a tattoo gun and all this other shit. And I was like, cool. I got no tattoos. I want some tattoos. Or anything else to do in this shithole.
Right.
So some guy in the kitchen, you ever seen like industrial cans of tomato paste? The big cans, you take the big ass lid off the top. You
No,
ever
but I
work in a
can
restaurant?
imagine it, though.
Well, the lids are really big and they're really sharp. What you
Oh,
do is you
shit.
fold that over and you sharpen it and you got a badass little knife.
Yeah, no shit.
And some guy literally, his head was damn near cut clean off. Somebody came up behind him and pretty much sawed this dude's head off. And I didn't see it. It was in a different cell block, but they
Yeah.
locked the whole place down for 2 weeks. And that's when I got this tattoo, this sleeve.
My God.
And then the
You
other
have- You have
one-
tomato paste on there?
No, thankfully not.
Okay.
But it was done with
Yeah,
a guitar
no-
string
What?
for a needle.
The tattoo's on the guitar string?
Yep.
That's
yep.
fucking talent.
Yeah, dude. Went to the rec hall, stole a guitar string off one of the real small one.
Yeah.
And made all my own ink. I made all this ink homemade. Just take a plastic spoon, you light it, and all the black stuff that creeps up from the plastic. You got a metal table in the cell, so you put that underneath there, and that stuff collects on the bottom of the table. piece of paper. You scrape that off with a card, and you got soot. So then you mix a little shampoo and a little bit of toothpaste. You
my
mix it up,
God.
makes the best tattoo ink. This shit's old as hell. It doesn't
Holy
fade or nothing.
shit. Dude, the way you guys make stuff, or not you guys, but people make stuff in prison just like lets me know that, yeah, dude, we're fucking intelligent. Like
Well,
humans
yeah.
are fucking intelligent.
Some of the
as
shit these guys come up with, if they would apply themselves in the real world, they could do something.
They could.
It's insane. Some of the way they just making moonshine. It's
Yeah.
like, how the hell did you come up with this?
Yeah.
It's great.
No shit. Imagine the first person trying it. You're putting fucking ketchup in that bitch, dude. When have I never had a ketchup flavored beer, bro? Coors Light ketchup edition comes out. That'd be kind of sick.
God.
All right, so you got those tattoos for 2 people that lost their lives. Did
Yeah,
you
the
know
other guy
them
got
at all?
stabbed. He was a chomo or something, got stabbed,
chomo?
which is okay because that's where all those fuckers belong.
Yeah, yeah, no shit.
The other guy was a chomo that got stabbed in the neck. In federal prison, you have people from all over the country.
Gotcha.
And all the Indiana guys hang out in a group.
Okay.
All the Michigan guys, you get the idea, whatever state you're from.
Yeah, yeah.
My job was I've been there long enough to where I got a little seniority, so I was kind of like a shot caller for Indiana. And my job, anybody that walked off the bus, we had to run paperwork on them.
Gotcha.
And because no chomos, no rapists, walk the yard if you were from Indiana. And because
Oh, you took care of the Indiana folk.
yeah.
Okay, so you weren't gonna like jump in on like a Delaware guy.
No.
Delaware dude, they may say.
Well, this one guy was from, I think he was from Stroh, Indiana. It's this little shitbox town up north in Indiana. And he had a moped. And this dude picked up this little girl on his moped, took her out in a cornfield, raped her, and killed her. And he got life, and he come off the bus there. And that's the shit we're looking for, and that's what we found.
yeah.
Yeah, so I don't want to get any more detail on that particular
No,
one.
no,
but
I got you.
that's what we were looking for. And then the new guys off the bus, if we found a dirty one, it was their job to handle business. You had to make your bones. I had to do it. Everybody has to do it.
Yeah.
But like this, for an example, I'm not
Gotcha.
saying this happened, but if something like this did happen, this is how it would go about. You have a big laundry bag.
Okay, now we're
It's
talking.
it's a mesh bag. You put your laundry in it, send it to laundry. They wash your stuff right in the bag. Well,
Gotcha.
like a kid would come off the bus. Hey, this dude's a chomo. Go handle business. This is what you're going to do. You go out in the yard, get a bunch of rocks, put it in his, pockets, collect maybe, 5 pounds of rocks, put it in the bottom of that bag, rip up sheets, and just make a handle, like wrap it tight as hell. So you essentially have a club.
A club just of rocks.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you'd go up behind a chomo or something and right in the brain pan,
Yeah, theoretically speaking.
theoretically.
Yeah. No shit, dude.
It's nasty, nasty, nasty stuff.
Nasty behavior. Are there any like because obviously the case you gave me, that's as worst as it can possibly get. But are there like any like in your eyes misdemeanor chomo cases? Like would that even be a thing?
I don't know.
Because
Pretty
nowadays
much
people
all
are
the
getting
same to
locked
me.
up for like sending pictures through text message and shit. People are getting locked up for that nowadays.
Yeah, if you send a picture to a 14-year-old or something that's inappropriate, you're a chomo. I don't care what level.
Gotcha. You hear that? Everybody listening? Okay, just making sure.
That's right. But
Okay, let's get so anything else prison related because I know we're coming probably up on another 30 here in a second, but there's a whole life outside of this
there is.
that I'd
There
love
is.
to touch on because there's a journey here. You went through fucking many trials and tribulations. You were the last supper for many death row inmates, which is pretty. That's religious. That's for sure. You were. You had to take care of some guys in wheelchairs. We fucking took them down. No, just that one dude.
Well, if he would have talked to me right, he would have.
No, absolutely though.
Okay, man.
That must suck though. I mean, you're pent up. That's fucked up. But okay, you were the meat man. You were a meat man.
Mm-hmm.
Broke up some marriages, probably, assumably, possibly. You come from a farm.
Yeah.
Big family.
Yeah.
Trials have a big family. It's good.
Awesome
to have
big
a tribe.
family.
Yeah, big families
Yeah.
are the best. And a little small town crime puts you away. Little small town crime. It's hard to get away from the little small town crime. Then you hit the little bank, just because you're like, this is better than a convenience store, at least, or a liquor store. I mean, now we're out.
Yep. We're out in Tulsa.
So you get out in Tulsa. This is your first time in Tulsa?
Yeah.
No shit. Okay.
First time on an airplane was on Con Air.
Con Air?
Yes. When I didn't tell you this, when
That's
I went
stand
from
for convict?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Con Air is a thing. There's like 2 or 3 jets at the Fed zone.
Okay.
And they go all over the world, like Colombia a lot to get coke guys, bring them back, charge them.
Got you.
That's how they move them around. Well, in Oklahoma City, there's a Federal Reception Center.
Okay.
And when I got out of CC or the place in Orion, Ohio, where I was on TV, they flew me there. First time I was ever on a plane. They put you in a paper suit, and you know, because they don't have bathrooms. If you got to piss, you just piss yourself.
Oh, no shit.
Well, yeah, you land in Oklahoma City, and the prison is at the airport. The plane actually pulls up to it on the tarmac, and like 10 guys come out with shotguns and surround the plane.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then you walk off, and that's a reception center where they classify you, and then you get flown where you want to go. But I went to Tulsa, so it was my second time in Oklahoma, because first time was at
Yeah.
Oklahoma City, and
Is this where the bus is dropping you off once you get out? Oh, actually, hey, no, I want to know about this. My bad. You've been twice. What is the day you're getting out like? What is the week? Fuck it. What is the month beforehand? Like, what is like? Are you seeing some sunshine in your brain now?
no,
No.
fuck no, dude.
Really?
When you're down to less than a year, you know how slow that shit goes.
Oh fuck, dude.
You're counting minutes
That's awful.
to where before you were counting calendars.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now you're counting minutes. It's crazy, dude.
So,
it's
like-
so slow.
So the final day, is it like you wake up at 6 a.m. It's like, all right, let's go, or like is there a time you're waiting on the guards? You're like, all right, let's go, Aaron, you're good.
No, you know it's time, and like the guards, there's a lot of asshole COs, guards, correctional officers, and this one guy, you're supposed to stand for count. And I was always on the top bunk, and I would just kind of like stand on the table with one foot, so I at least say I was standing.
Yeah.
Well, this guy opens my door, comes in, rips me off the top bunk, and slams me down on the little table I was telling you about, and cracked my ribs.
Oh my god.
And this guy was the biggest asshole. I didn't even make eye contact with him after that, so I could stay under the radar. Well, I walked out on the day they released me from Terre Haute, and that guy was in there, and he goes, "Man, good luck to you, Aaron." He was so fucking nice, and I'm like, "Who the hell are you?"
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was just this front they were putting on. Dude.
No
He's like, he goes,
shit.
"Yeah, man, good luck to you, dude. I hope you succeed."
Wow.
I was like, "Where the fuck is this guy coming from?"
Yeah, what the
Broke my
fuck?
fucking ribs not 3 months ago.
Yeah. No shit.
Yeah, but
I
it was
guess you
very-
got to be tough in there as a guard. I mean, you feel like you got to be, or they're just nice guards as well.
Well, dude, there are some nice guards that are just for a paycheck, but then there's some guys that take that shit personal and just treat you like absolute shit. But
Right.
see, I can see why they're kind of like that, because it's like 50 inmates to one guard.
Okay.
And the way they keep that ratio able to work is they divide and conquer. Same thing our country's doing, in my opinion.
No,
our
it's
government's doing in our
literally
country.
a way that politics is ran.
It is, and
just
that's
power.
how they keep the blacks and the whites constantly at each other's throats, and that's how they maintain control of the prison.
Yeah, so they're not the ones who they're looking at like, hold on, you're the problem.
Yeah.
You know, you're the one treating me shit. Yeah, no, that's just literally when you're in power. I mean, there's whole fucking just books written about that shit, dude. If people would open up a book, they'd realize real fast that, hold on, you're not my enemy. The guy who's fucking using my tax dollars to do this is my enemy. But people aren't that smart.
Well, fast forward to Tulsa.
Gotcha.
And so I get out. My wife, Jamie, comes picks me up, and I had to do like 3 months in a halfway house in Oklahoma City, but that was nothing. And Jamie has 2 boys.
It feels like a good transition, though.
It helped. It helped, I think, because I went from that to a little limbo purgatory area before I got out. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
Absolutely.
But her kids didn't know I was coming.
Okay.
So all of a sudden, Big Aaron's in here. Because like, who the fuck is this guy? Well, he lives here now.
How long you known him, Mom? Well, 6.5 years, about. Okay, so you're
But-
there. How old are they?
They were 22
Oh,
and 21 and like maybe
That's a different story.
18, 17.
Okay.
I mean, they were old enough.
Yeah,
they were
yeah,
old
yeah.
enough to something ain't right.
yeah, right. What are these tattoos made out of fucking spoons?
Right, exactly. But
cool, though.
my first job was at a shop in Jenks, little tire shop, and I was mounting tires for $7 an hour and doing oil changes. Man, that was in 2014. I got that job
Nice.
and worked there for 6-7 months, and eventually after 6 or 7 months, they realized I had a talent for it, and I made a tech job, and she didn't change my pay
Ooh.
because of all this shit, in my
Yeah,
past.
yeah,
And she
yeah.
knew. And she was just a horrible, horrible person that owned that shop. I ended up quitting and going to a place here in Tulsa. I'm still friends with the guys today. Worked for them for about a year and a half, and then went out on my own.
Nice. How does that go? How does that creating a business from the ground up? What?
It's a real bitch. Hang on.
You good?
Sorry.
What is it?
I got
Oh, it's that damn
muscle
inflammation.
cramps on my ribs.
That damn inflammation, dude.
No, it's cramping. There we go. I'm sorry, what was the question again?
Oh no, you're good. It was like, what does it go like? So you worked at the shops, and now you're going out on your own to make your own business.
Okay. Well, what we did was Jamie owned a home.
You gotcha.
And I told her, I said, if we find a rental house, I know this is going backwards, but if we find a rent house with a shop behind it, we can start a business. And finally, after about, I don't know, probably 6-8 months of trying to convince her, that's what we did. And then I started moonlighting. I would work at a Total Car Care for, 8 to 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I would work out in my shop till midnight, 2 in the morning sometimes.
Doing your own work.
And one day I had 15 cars in the yard, and it's costing me money to go to work. So I put my notice in, and the rest is history. That was 7 years ago.
Nice. That was how many?
7.
7 years ago.
Yep. And then
Damn.
and then we bought a house a year after that. Bought my first house. Very proud of that.
Absolutely.
And we of course I had to get a shop now because my shop was behind a rent house.
Yeah.
So we leased our first real shop and was there for 2 years and very successful. Did a good job. It was a hell of a learning curve because I got no education to speak of, no real business experience to speak of. So I had to.
Oh, let's not. Come on now. You fucking moonshined in that bitch, dude. Come on. You made something out of nothing, okay? You literally made something out of nothing, bro.
That's right. Out of ketchup.
Out of ketchup. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
But yeah, man, I mean, it was a hell of a learning curve. It still is. And then we got the shop we're in now.
Yeah.
And I leased that December of 2019. Then 2020 rolls around and COVID hits. And I'm just starting at this shop. That's the shop I got now. It's huge.
Yeah.
Just pushed all my chips in to get this. And then COVID
hit.
So I go around, I'm taking pictures of equipment I can sell to stay afloat because I didn't know what was going to happen. I just doubled my lease payment on this big ass shop.
Yeah.
And dude, the grace of God, everybody wanted to fix their shit. Nobody was buying new stuff because of COVID.
Oh,
So
good.
next thing you know, we got 30 cars in our lot. We made an ungodly amount of money that year, 2020.
Yeah.
But, it was kind of a fugazi because 2021 and 2022 weren't even close. And I bought a boat.
You were like, fuck, I'm in the money
I
now.
was like, well, shit. Thankfully, the Father's Day storm. I had a big ass boat. It was a badass boat. It was in the bullpen at the shop, that little fenced off area in the back. I was doing work on it, getting ready to sell.
Yeah.
And that Father's Day storm tore the fence down and put holes through it. I'm like, yes. Insurance, baby. Yeah, we got rid of that piece of shit.
Dude.
Oh my God. Everybody always told me the 2 best days of owning a boat's the day you buy it and the day you sell it. And I always thought that was bullshit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh God, they're right. I tell people that now.
Yeah. That's how it goes, dude.
But
Well,
no,
hell yeah.
man, we it just took a lot of fucking work and a lot of it's cost me a lot of friends. It's cost me the price tag that comes along with doing that is very high. But
The sacrifices, right? Like of everything else in life.
dude, the
Mm-hmm.
fucking fact that I could get out after what I've been through, what I put myself through,
Yes.
and do what I did in my mother's lifetime was just
Beautiful, dude.
I can't even come up with a word to describe how that feels.
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
That is amazing, bro. It's been a fucking fantastic story, dude.
Yeah.
I think that may be a great way to just fucking end this bitch right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's fucking great talking to
Hell
you,
yeah,
Aaron.
brother.
You're the fucking man, dude. You fucking, like you said, it was what you did. And you fucking rose up, bro. You were polishing dirt and finally it turned into a fucking diamond. Baby, that's awesome. And oh, by the way, this Wednesday, if this is up, you're going to catch me and Aaron. We're going to be at the Looney Bin Tulsa doing some comedy. As you can see, he's got plenty to talk about. So as soon as we craft a way to get some jokes written up, life's going to be looking up.
That's right.
For real, baby. All right, thank you.
That's
bro.
right.
Appreciate you.
All right, man. Thank you.
There it is. I don't know. That felt like a good ending part.
I think it was too. I think that was perfect the way it ended.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I don't think it could have ended better.
Good.
What do you think? Was that a good podcast? First time I've